because this is our week to really step up and acknowledge that if we don't hold ourselves accountable, who the heck is going to do it? Who? Nobody can do it but you. That is why we do the diets. We kind of think, oh, well, the diet will keep me in check. I'll be accountable for what I eat and how much I eat because I've got this list that says I can only have these things. All it makes you do is want to push against the barriers that you've imposed upon yourself. Can we be real? Can we be real? Because this has been the week of, I keep wanting to say authenticity, but it hasn't been authenticity. It's been, and now I can't remember. It's been a mega week of smackdowns. It's been a week of mega smackdowns because it is about accountability this week. I knew it started with an A. This has been our week of accountability, which is why there was epic smackdown live streams coming at you pretty much almost every day this week. I know Mondays was epic. If you missed Monday's live stream, it was an epic boot up the bootay. If you're thinking in your life, oh, I just can't get it together. Like I'm not achieving the things that I want to achieve. I'm still mucking around with eating too much chocolate, fooling around with my love affair with cheesecake and I'm not reaching my goals. You want to watch Monday's live stream. It will send you into a stratosphere of motivation. And also yesterday's was a really, really great one as well. If you missed yesterday's, that is another epic smackdown. And really, when I say smackdown, I mean, I'm not sitting here like smacking everybody around. It's the point of it's a reality check. It's a reality check. Because this is our week to really step up and acknowledge that if we don't hold ourselves accountable, who the heck is going to do it? Who? Nobody can do it but you. That is why we do the diets. We kind of think, oh, well, the diet will keep me in check. I'll be accountable for what I eat and how much I eat because I've got this list that says I can only have these things. All it makes you do is want to push against the barriers that you've imposed upon yourself. Can we be real? Can we be real? You know me, right? You know my drill, Australia's emotional eating coach. If you're just dropping on now, please, there's been some epic live streams that have come your way this week because this is our week of accountability. So thank you so much for the likes and the loves. And please do, if you've seen any of the live streams this week and they've resonated with you, please help me spread the empowerment message. If it has helped you in any way, share. Because do you know who cares if you share Kylie's live stream? It's not who cares. Why should you care? Because when you set yourself free, when you take a stand and say, I am not putting up with feeling inferior anymore, like I don't cut it and I'm not good enough. When you step into your power, you give another person permission to do the same thing. When we all stay hidden away, squirreled away in our little hidey holes, then the rest of the world stays that way as well. And it's not helping anyone. It doesn't help you, doesn't help anybody. So we are all part of the same movement. We are here to love and support each other. Our goal in life is not to get ahead of the next person. There is no finish line here. Like we just think there's some imaginary finish line and he who wins with the most toys, he who gets there with the most toys, looking still the best, wins. Well, that's actually not a thing. It's not a thing. I've been talking about this week. We make up rules. We make them up. And they're actually, these are, and you've never heard me talk about this today, before today. I'm going to share this with you. We live by rules. Now, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to spell it out what rules are because I don't like to swear on a live stream. I'm just going to say rules are rules, and that what comes before them starts with the letter B. So I don't even know if you can Google it. I don't know if it's on Google. If someone wants to know, you can private message me. They're basically nonsense rules. They're rules, right? They are absolute garbage and we make them up in our head and live our lives by them. I'm not good enough until I reach a certain weight. I can't wear a short skirt. My legs are too fat. Hello? Who said that? Where did that rule come from? Did you pluck that out of the ether and make it up in your own head? Or is that a real legit rule? Is that a rule? Because if it is, someone better show me where that rule is because I've never seen it. That is a rule that we make up in our heads and it squashes us down and makes us feel inferior. So here I feel like is another epic, another epic live stream coming today. I want to try and tone it down because all week has been these smackdowns. But it is about holding ourselves accountable. If you don't do it, who else is going to? If you don't step up and go, I feel good to wear shorts. It's summer in my region of the world or whatever it is, and I want to wear some shorts. Oh, but I better not. My legs don't look like, supermodels. So what? So what? You step into your power and you own it. If you wear shorts, but then you walk down the street like, oh my God, please don't look at me. And somebody goes, hey, they look really cool. And you go, yeah, but my legs are fat. Why do we do this? Why? Please throw me some likes and some loves, or throw a comment in there if you have been guilty of this. We all do this. Someone goes, oh yeah, your hair looks nice. You know, you've had your hair done. Oh yeah, but I need to put some makeup on because it doesn't look good, right? We counteract every compliment by disrespecting ourselves, by throwing out some negative. Oh my God, no, don't compliment me on the good thing because there's all these 15 negative things that I still need to fix. Please, come on, hold yourself accountable. Somebody else tells you something nice about yourself. It's okay for you to actually go, thank you, thanks. Your world isn't going to fall apart. The planets won't stop moving. It's all right. It's all right for you to accept a compliment and feel good about yourself. For you to live in a state of semi-unworthiness does not make you a better human being. How is that possible? It isn't. When you live in a state of I'm good enough exactly as I am on the way to where I'm going, is that not going to make you feel better about yourself? Are you not going to want to make better food choices if you're coming from a place of I am freaking rock exactly how I look now on the way to where I'm going? Is that not going to inspire you to make better, healthier food choices that are good for you and your body than if you're going, God, I'm such a fat loser. I hate myself so much. Oh, I'd love to have that fried rice. Better not. Better have the salad. And so you eat the stupid salad. And then 20 minutes later, you're like, damn it, that salad was so not what I wanted. And now you're back at the shops, whatever's gone on. You're back at the 7-Eleven. You've opened your desk drawer at work where it's like, the lights of heaven come out. Oh, because that's where you keep your secret stash of sweets and lollies, right? This is what we do. This is what we do. I know what you do. You know how I know what you do? I get messages in my inbox every day from women that go, it's like you're in my head. I'm like, I am in your head because I've lived it. I know what you're doing because I've already done it. I didn't make this stuff up. It was my life. I know how you feel because I felt that way too. And I found my way out the other side. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. This is why I talk about holding yourself accountable. Nobody else can do it. How did I break off my secret illicit love affair with chocolate? I had to raise my own standards and hold myself accountable. I tried to do what we all do. We all do this because we feel so out of control around food, or I can't control myself around food, that we try and rope in somebody to try and control us. So you ask a partner, a spouse, your husband, your wife, whatever, even a BFF. Don't let me eat this XYZ. Don't let me eat this chocolate. The one that's, I used to make my husband lock it away. Hide it. Can you hide it in the house, please? If I know where it is, I'm going to eat it. Like some out of control, crazy lunatic, which I was back then. Totally was. Totally. But I used to make him hide food. And then when I really wanted it, I would demand he tell me where it is. And he wouldn't, because I'd already asked him. I told him, I said, no matter what I do or say, don't give me the chocolate. But now I've decided, like, it might have been, the end of a work day and I really wanted some chocolate, but he wouldn't tell me where it was. So he didn't understand how the game was played. How he was supposed to play the game was I was supposed to tell him, do not give me the chocolate. Yet when I wanted to break my own rules, he was supposed to break them and just give me the chocolate. So it was just ended in pain and tragedy every time until I would get mad enough, cross enough and frantic enough that I would start tearing things around, like looking for the chocolate, and eventually he'd just go, here it is. Like, just take it. And I'd sit there. But we do this. We try and rope somebody else in to keep us accountable and under control the whole time. They can't do it. They can't do it. The only person that can do it is you. The only person who has the power is you. You hear me say it every day. The only person who has the power to change your life is you. We just don't believe that we have what it takes. We think it must be something more than whatever it is that resides within me. It must be something more because so far I haven't succeeded. But you just haven't raised your standards and stuck by them. You've run every time it got hard. You haven't held yourself accountable to the standards that you set. So we set the fancy standards and then we just nick off every time it gets a little uncomfortable instead of sitting through it, waiting. Is this so scary? Is it so horrible? What is actually going on? We don't want to know about it. We just want out of there, right? Out. We just want out and relief from the discomfort. So this is how I wanted to wrap up the week. Wrap it up. This has been our week of accountability. We've had some epic smackdowns come your way this week. Mondays should be in the Guinness World Book of Records. Just scroll down the page and check Mondays if you have not seen it. Because if you are feeling a little unmotivated, can't really get with the program, just can't, I start something and I'm not sticking with it, I'm still, having my illicit love affair with chocolate, watch Monday's live stream. It is the boot up the bouquet that you have been looking for. And yesterday's was awesome. Really, it is all about holding yourself accountable, about knowing your self-worth. We are never ever going to break off our illicit love affair with junk food and whatever it is that keeps us feeling stuck and so bad about ourselves until we really make a firm decision. Holding ourselves accountable, really nobody else can do it. Nobody else. It takes belief, it takes commitment, and it takes a decision on your part. You just have to simply decide this is how it's going to be. It's not rocket science, like it's just not. It's not rocket science. It takes simply a decision from you, a belief that it is possible, and a commitment to see that baby all the way to the end. So if this is something that you struggle with, if you hear what I'm saying and you're like, oh my God, it is the story of my life. I do. She is in my head because I get it, right? I know exactly what she's talking about. If this is something you struggle with and you're like, oh, every time I lose a few kilos, I always gain them back. And I can't understand why the self-sabotage. I can't understand why I won't commit to the process when you know you want it so badly. It just about does your head in when you think, I just have been battling this for whatever, 5, 10, 20 years, whatever your story is. Mine was 30 years. 30 years and just a holding back, really. I can't fight it. Clearly I was a slow learner. But I got there. Because I finally made the decision and I understood the diets were not what I needed. They were actually what was keeping me in that holding pattern, in that cycle of pain, self-sabotage, of torture, of keeping my illicit love affair with chocolate going. But if this sounds like you and this is something that you're thinking, yeah, I really do want some guidance around this. I really do want some support, some accountability. Send me a private message. We can talk about private coaching. We can talk about the best avenue for you to take because there's always a way out. This is what I really want you to get today. There is always a way out. You're never stuck. You certainly don't have to spend 30 years there like I did. My love affair with chocolate started before I was even too young to talk. Like my parents have told me stories. I would, as a little baby, toddler in prams, I would get my hands on anything. I was stuffing down monumental amounts of food before I even can recollect what I was doing. Why would a young little baby do that? I don't know. Mine is not to question why. My only mission now is to make sure that other people don't have to suffer like that because it's not just about you. This is what we don't get and we don't think any further than ourselves because we're so caught up in our own pain. It's not about you. The way you feel about yourself is reflected onto other people. If you've got children, especially if you've got daughters, so important to get your relationship with food in a place where you feel good about it, so good about it, where it is not like the every waking second of your day, got to, lose this weight, get this weight off, and can't eat that. And then the kids, they look at you at dinner time, they're like, Mummy, aren't you going to eat this, thing what we're eating? You're like, Mummy can't. She's on a diet. The message is, I'm not okay as I am. I'm not acceptable as I am. I've got to eat this hideous food over here while you all have a nice time. And then your daughters look at you and they're like, well, I love her. I love my mum. I want to be like her, so I need to do that. And that is exactly what happened to me. If you've never heard me say this before, my mum is my best friend, right? We're BFFs. When I was tiny, all I can remember is, her jumping on bathroom scales every morning and doing the whole dieting thing. That was the story of her life for many, many, many years. And so me, just being the young, eager to please daughter that I was, I thought, well, okay, I love and adore this woman. I need to be like her. So I then created an internal battle within myself and I suffered for 30 years. I had a hideous relationship with food for 30 years. I was actually suicidal towards the end over my relationship with food because I hated myself and my body so much. I felt so out of control around food. You hear me say all the time, and it's sort of my mantra, if you feel like you can't stand next to a chocolate cake without wanting to roll around in it naked, something is not right. Something is not right. And that is how it was for me because there's always a way out. That's what I want to say to you. There's always a way out. There are avenues available to you when you're ready. That whole, like, whatever that saying is, you know, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And it is true. It is true. The avenues have always been there for you. But when you're not in the right headspace, when you're not ready to move forward, you won't see them. It just will be like they're not even there. It just will be like they're not even there. So this is what I want you to get. If this is resonating with you in your heart, send me a private message. We can talk about the best course of action for you to be taking. There's private coaching. There are so many other avenues that can get you out of the sticking points that you're in now. If self-sabotage and resistance and procrastination are just about doing your head in, when you know what it is that you want and you just can't quite seem to get it time after time after time, send me a PM and we'll chat, because I'm more than happy to help you in any way that I can. You hear me say it all the time, and I say it because I mean it. It's true. For any questions or anything that you want to know, throw it in the comments box below, because I will always come back and play with you later. You know how I do. You know how I do. So like I said, it takes really, it's just a three ingredient muffin recipe mix, right? It takes a decision, belief, and commitment. If that is something that you're struggling with, or you want some accountability or guidance, let me know. But this is where it's at. This is where it's at. The only person who can hold you accountable ultimately is you. Yes, you need guidance. Yes, you need support. We all need that. We really do. But ultimately, it's always going to come down to you. If I can help you and support you in any way, send me a PM. We can talk about it. But until then, you know how it rolls at the end of every live stream, because it is so, so true. The only person who does have the power to change your life is you. And when you step up and decide that you're ready and you're taking some action so that you can be accountable for what actually goes on in your own life, yeah, that is when you've got what it takes. I cannot wait to see you all next week. I already know what next week's theme is going to be. It is so monumental and it is so epic. I'm going to share it with you now. Next week's theme is motivation. You wait for this. I have got so many amazing things coming your way next week. I cannot wait to see you all then. Have an awesome weekend. Until then, bye, sexy people.